I'm John Beard.
And I'm Sonia Walls. Thank you for joining us tonight. A local community is struggling to make sense of yet another child suicide.
It's a disturbing trend in the area of Princeton, Illinois. 3 teenagers in the Bureau County School District committed suicide in the past year. The most recent, March 30th at Princeton High School. Today, parents and students gathered before class to mark this latest tragedy and also work to prevent more from happening in the future. First on Fox, we begin with the grief of the community.
Closure is never going to come, you know. We want closure, but it's not going to happen, you know.
It was really hard to deal with the fact that people my age are dying, and not because of an accident, but because they feel there's nothing else to do, that they're so hopeless that they don't want to live anymore.
For the high number of suicides is a mystery to all in the district. In addition to the tragedy, many are upset with what they see as Princeton High School's poor response in helping students.
Parents say both religious and outside secular grief counselors were not allowed into school after the most recent suicide. Fox 18's Natalie Tolomeo continues our coverage with that part of the story.
These kids are just asking for some help and some options, and I'm feeling not getting it.
The community says the school district needs to support the student body by allowing outsiders in to help with grief counseling. But school officials say their policy on allowing outside entities depends on the situation.
They have their own crisis team at PHS, and that's all they're willing to use at this time. And the kids feel more comfortable talking to someone they know.
Trust is a huge thing. Kids just don't open up.
Buck Gray leads a faith-based youth group and meets with 50 PHS students every Wednesday off school grounds. He says after the latest suicide just 2 weeks ago, a student called him to help him deal with his friend's death. And even though Buck was on the public sidewalk in front of the school, he says school officials threatened to have him arrested.
Sad. My heart's sad because I was more of a focus point than what the kids really truly needed. And the kids needed someone that they know up there to share their thoughts and feelings.
But it's not just separation of church and state at PHS. The community tells us school officials have also shunned local civic organizations that have offered their help, something Buck Gray was trying to do from the beginning.
It's never my agenda to promote what I do at the school. I'm just there to provide a caring shoulder, a listening ear.
In Princeton, Illinois, Natalie Tolomeo, Fox 18 News.
And PHS Principal Barb Schmidt says the school has professional counselors to talk to the students there. She also says many teachers have been trained to talk to kids about such matters. A school board member says the head of each school in the district has discretion on who can and cannot come into the building. Meanwhile, a student teacher in Quincy, Illinois